What if the picture-perfect family America once adored was hiding a secret so heartbreaking it would shatter everything you thought you knew? Behind the smiles, the matching outfits, and the reality TV fame was a storm brewing for years. Jon and Kate Gosselin were once the ultimate couple goals, raising 8 kids, loved by millions. But what tore them apart wasn't just divorce. It was betrayal, power struggles, and devastating truths buried beneath the surface for over a decade. Now, 16 years later, Jon is finally breaking his silence. And what he reveals will leave you questioning everything. Why did Kate really fight to stay in the spotlight? What made Jon walk away from it all? And what happened to the children caught in the middle of a war they never chose? This isn't just a story of fame. It's a story of loss, redemption, and a final chance to make things right. Behind the glossy smiles and picture-perfect family portraits lies a story so raw it will leave you speechless. What if I told you the Gosselin clan's fairy tale was crumbling long before the cameras stopped rolling? For 16 years, Jon and Kate Gosselin were the poster couple for reality TV success. Their whirlwind journey from ordinary couple to parents of octuplets captivating millions. Yet when Jon finally broke his silence, he exposed a heartbreak that no one saw coming. She was disgusting, he confessed. Not about her looks, but about how their love decayed into control and resentment. This is more than a divorce announcement. It's a cautionary tale about fame's hidden toll. Stay with me as we unravel the truth behind the family that once seemed indestructible. Jon and Kate's love story began with a slow burn, a meeting at a company picnic in 1997 that grew into a deep connection despite their differences. She was the ambitious planner with a master schedule for life. He was the laid-back dreamer who preferred spontaneity. Within 2 years, they said, "I do," eyes bright with visions of a big family and a home echoing with laughter. But as months passed without a pregnancy, hope turned into frustration. When polycystic ovary syndrome threatened their dreams, they leaned on each other, enduring countless fertility treatments and heartbreaking setbacks. Their contrasting personalities sparked both romance and conflict. Stay tuned to see how those trials led them from the clinic to celebrity, and ultimately to a moment that would change everything. When twins Kara and Mai arrived in 2000, joy flooded their lives. Parenthood was exhausting, but the Gosselins embraced every sleepless night as proof of their blessings. Yet Kate's hunger for a larger brood pushed them back into fertility treatments and into the unthinkable. Imagine waking up to 6 tiny heartbeats at once, each one a miracle born 10 weeks early. On May 10, 2004, Alexis, Hannah, Aiden, Colin, Leah, and Joel made their debut, their fragility both inspiring and terrifying. The house that once held 2 became a home of 10 overnight, diapers stacking up like skyscrapers and cries echoing down the halls. It was a moment of triumph, and the start of a pressure cooker that no one could defuse. Doctors warned them of the risks, but they refused to shrink their dreams. A documentary crew thought they saw inspiration. The world saw spectacle. What began as a one-off special morphed into Jon and Kate Plus 8, a series that handed the Gosselins financial stability and a platform they never imagined. But fame has a way of magnifying every fissure. What once felt like a partnership became a performance. Kate thriving under the spotlight while Jon felt like a supporting actor in his own life. Arguments that once faded behind closed doors now replayed on living room screens. Brace yourself for the moment when cameras stopped being observers and started dictating the script of their marriage. Merch deals poured in, and every diaper change became a ratings magnet. By 2009, the tension exploded. A televised divorce announcement revealed a couple at war, their every word dissected by tabloids hungry for drama. Rumors swirled of control battles and trust shattered, but nothing prepared fans for the entry of Haley Glassman. You won't believe how fast headlines shifted when Jon was spotted vacationing in Saint-Tropez with the 22-year-old daughter of his ex-wife's plastic surgeon. Photos of laughter and champagne painted a picture of a man who had moved on before the ink dried on the divorce papers. Kate's shock gave way to a fierce determination to protect her children, and Jon's reputation took a nosedive as accusations flew from both sides. The scandal also led to intense custody hearings that played out in courtrooms and tabloids alike. Beyond the tabloid tantrums, the Gosselins' financial story is a lesson in both opportunity and overreach. They held a multi-million-dollar liability policy to guard against unexpected lawsuits. The key lesson: diversify income streams, protect what you earn, and never underestimate the cost of public life. From humble beginnings to reality TV royalty, Jon and Kate's saga teaches us that success demands more than a camera-ready smile. Protect your wealth with smart insurance, choose investments that outlast fame, and remember that family comes before fortune. What truly matters isn't the number of followers or the size of your house. It's the foundation you build behind closed doors. Stay tuned for Part 2, where we'll dive into the legal battles that followed and reveal how these 8 kids became the most valuable asset in their parents' fractured empire. The world watched Jon and Kate Gosselin rise, crash, and burn under the weight of fame. But now a different story is unfolding, one that's less about television and tabloids and more about a man trying to pick up the shattered pieces of his past. Jon's recent engagement to Stephanie Lebo hasn't just ignited headlines, it's sparked a wave of curiosity. Has Jon finally turned a corner? Can redemption truly rewrite a legacy so tainted by chaos? Behind the scenes, Jon has been rebuilding, not just his relationships, but his entire life. From flipping burgers to spinning tracks as a DJ, he's hustled through ordinary jobs while silently carrying the scars of a life once lived in million-dollar homes. Yet, the comeback isn't in the spotlight. It's in his quiet, consistent efforts to reconnect with what matters most. And let's talk numbers, because behind every emotional headline, there's a financial roller coaster worth examining. At the peak of Jon and Kate Plus 8, Jon Gosselin was raking in a reported $75,000 per episode, with endorsement deals and media appearances boosting his net worth to nearly $3 million. But after the divorce, legal battles, and the end of the show, his fortune dwindled rapidly. At one point, his net worth reportedly dropped below $10,000. Now, after years of financial struggles, he's slowly climbing back. Through DJ gigs, sponsored content, and a modest return to the public eye, Jon's estimated net worth has crept back to roughly $150,000. It's not what it was, but it's a start. And if his upcoming memoir and growing online following gain traction, projections suggest he could reach a net worth of $500,000 within 5 years. Kate Gosselin, on the other hand, presents a fascinating contrast. Publicly, she seemed to thrive post-divorce. Guest spots on reality shows, a TLC spinoff, book deals. Her brand as a no-nonsense mom kept her in the public eye. At her peak, Kate's net worth soared past $5 million, largely thanks to continued media appearances and publishing income. But the fame came at a cost. Multiple sources have hinted at financial mismanagement behind the scenes, with Kate allegedly dipping into her children's trust funds to maintain her lifestyle. Currently, her net worth hovers around $1.5 million, far lower than many expected for a household name. As reality TV faded from center stage, so did the paychecks. But here's the twist. Despite all the drama, despite their deep-seated resentment and the tragic fracture of their family, both Jon and Kate have circled back to what they claim has always been their priority: the kids. And the world can't help but wonder, could we see a reunion? Not between Jon and Kate, but between a father and his estranged children. Jon's upcoming wedding might be the trigger for a new beginning, or a painful reminder of who won't be attending. He says he's prepared for both. Still, the door remains open. "I'll always hope," he says. "Hope's all I've got left." One of the most powerful hooks in this saga is the raw humanity of it all. This isn't just a tabloid tale anymore, it's the story of a father trying to regain trust, a woman trying to preserve control, and 8 children navigating the wreckage of their parents' choices. And while Kate maintains a dignified silence on most matters, her recent interviews hint at a softer tone, perhaps even regret. The woman once portrayed as a steely matriarch now speaks of focusing on what's important. And insiders claim she's quietly working on a new project centered around parenting and forgiveness. Could this be her chance to rebrand herself yet again? One thing's for sure, the story isn't over. It's evolving. And in Hollywood, sometimes the most dramatic twist isn't the fall, it's the slow, unexpected rise.